זהו יומו האחרון של ביקור היסטורי.
This is the last day of a historic visit following the historic victory in the war against Iran. What was agreed upon between President Trump and myself regarding issues related to Gaza, the region, and even beyond the region, will be told in due time. I want to begin this day by sending my deepest condolences, on behalf of myself and my wife, to the family of the victim in Gush Etzion. We have achieved very significant successes in the fight against terrorism, both in Judea and Samaria and in the broader region, but there are also painful costs. I also wish to send, on your behalf, a heartfelt embrace to the family of the victim. May his memory be avenged. Yesterday, I met with families of hostages whom I invited, both families of fallen hostages and those of living hostages. I invited them here so they would be present at the conclusion of the visit, because this does not end the affair. We are determined to bring everyone back. I told them that. I told them that we are currently trying to secure the release of some of the living and fallen hostages in exchange for a temporary 60-day ceasefire. At the start of this ceasefire, we will enter negotiations for a permanent end to the war. That is, a permanent ceasefire. To achieve this, it must be done under the minimum conditions we have set. Hamas must lay down its arms, Gaza must be demilitarized, and Hamas must have no more governing or military capabilities. These are our basic conditions. If this can be achieved through negotiations, so much the better. If it is not achieved through negotiations within 60 days, we will achieve it by other means, by using force, the force of our heroic army. The same applies to Iran. Let there be no doubt. If it is achieved in 60 days of negotiations between the United States and Iran, so much the better. But if not, it will be achieved in another way. I hear the questions coming from the public, from the fighters, from the reservists. Why is it taking so long? First, this is a theater of war that no army in the world has ever faced. Thanks to the bravery of the fighters, the sacrifice of the fallen, and our tactics, we have destroyed and dismantled most of Hamas's military capabilities, but not all. There are still thousands of fighters there with weapons. We want to act, again, with a combination of diplomacy and military force. Military force alone will not work without diplomacy. To complete the mission, we also faced an American embargo. Do not enter Rafah, do not conquer the Philadelphia corridor. These were not easy things, but we overcame them as well. Now we want to complete the operation. I remind you that over the past months, as we prepared and ultimately carried out the military operation, perhaps the most brilliant in our history, or certainly among the most brilliant, which amazed the whole world, we continued to advance in the Gaza Strip and rescue fallen hostages, all the while never letting up, not for a moment, and even now we are not letting up. They told us we would not return to war after the first agreement, the ceasefire. We returned. They said we would not return to fight after the second ceasefire. We returned. Now they say we will not return to fight after the third ceasefire. Do you want me to go on? I think we have demonstrated determination, strength, and commitment to achieving all our goals. Again, if demilitarization and the elimination of Hamas's capabilities are achieved, if these things are achieved through negotiations, so much the better. But one way or another, I repeat, they will be achieved. I hear the questions: who will determine the order of the released hostages? First, let there be releases. But until today, and I say this, we are dealing with a cruel terrorist organization. Of course, we would like to rescue everyone, and for us, they are all humanitarian cases. I want to rescue everyone at once. Here, we are dealing with two stages, but the choice is not always in our hands. We will do everything to maximize the release in the best possible way, but not everything is in our hands.
שחרור הזה בצורה המיטבית